Welcome everyone to Palladium's The Rifter number 17. We're going to go over the book. We're going to do an overview of all of the articles that's within it, and then I'm going to choose two that we're going to do two more videos on to showcase these two in particular. And with this one, I really wanted to do more, but I knew time was of an essence, so I didn't do it.
Oh, is there a lot of good stuff in here?
There's some.
I mean, you've tried to. Not tried. You've
I know.
done.
I've done it before. I've done four before. You're absolutely right. I've done it before. I didn't want to do it this time.
That's fair.
There you go. All right. So starting off from the desk of Kevin Sambita, just like everyone starts off. He's talking about stuff that's coming up, like even stuff that didn't happen. Remember, this is January 2002, so he's talking about the Riffs movie. Jerry Bruckheimer Productions approached him to option a Riffs as a movie.
What is Jerry? I know the name, but what has he done that I?
Top Gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any movie with a lot of explosions that's really light on story that was not directed
by Michael Bay.
by Michael Bay. Yeah. It's okay. Jerry Bruckheimer.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So there you go. Palladium News. Again, Riffs movie update. No update on that. Riffs CCG. That, Gargoyle Empire, this, came out. It didn't go far. Coming attractions. Talks about Palladium Weapon series, Rift's Adventure Guide, Phase World, Anvil Galaxy, and some other stuff. Obviously, this either happened or will never happen at this point, because this is 23 years ago. So if it hasn't happened yet, don't hold your breath, man. Not going to happen. And the question that this is going to be segment 2, questions and answers. And a couple of these, I was like, well, I know that. And then 3 seconds later, I went, wait a minute. Why do I know that? How do I know that? And some of these I looked up. Remember, this is 2002. So I looked at books from 2002 back. I even used the Riffs Palladium Ultimate Edition. That was in 2005. And some of these questions that they asked, there's no answer to. Until this Q&A, there was no real answer. So, yeah, some of these Q&As are important and necessary.
Hold on just a second before you move on. All right, I'm saying it now. For the next video, all you Palladium pedants out there are like, well, actually, it's on. Get ready. Get all your books ready.
Get timestamp where the question is answered from January 2002 or before.
I don't even care if it's after. But I know the priority would be on exactly what you said, because it's got to be before this. But I don't even care if it's after, because you said that you looked at some other sources and still didn't find
one source book from 2005, which is the Riffs Ultimate Edition. I didn't find it there either.
Okay. And he'll explain what he's talking about specifically in the next video. But all you nerds that are even watching right now, get your books ready.
Timestamp it. And your resource. Put it up there. I'd love to see it. Page 35, we have Heroes Unlimited, the Thropo Aliens Revisited. Now, I almost did this one because the Thropo, Jopo, Kopo, every time I see Thropo, I want to do that. No. But they are a servitor race of the Atronian, where is it? Atorian. There you go. Of the Atorian Empire. The matriarchal space dominating society that I actually had a segment on Rifter number whatever. I forget the number, but on an earlier Rifter. So I almost did that one, but I saw another one that the same thing applies, but it's more important information. So I'm going to get to that. Palladium Fantasy Stilt City. This is a setting. Sonny Rice presents Stilt City in a remote and mysterious land in the South Winds. He presents the city's history, population, notable people and places. No place would be finished without some notable local folk, like actual NPCs who live there and their goals and trials and tribulations. Also, it is an entire setting for an entire area with people all fleshed out, goals, all that stuff. It's basically a bunch of tree houses. Stilt City. It's the stilts are the trees that the buildings are built on. That's basically it. It was a little interesting, but it was very niche. Didn't go into it. Page 56 gives Rifts and Palladium Fantasy and other Palladium RPGs the Dweomer Mage.
Hmm.
This is so niche as to be stupid. This is a mage that is not as concerned about turning magic into spells, turning PPE into physical effects, like all other magic users are. That's what they do. That's called spellcasting.
Okay.
They are more interested in how PPE works and flows and changes things and just by itself, the theory of potential psychic energy.
That sounds like an NPC.
It does. And guess what? In my games, it is.
What they real quickly though? What do they get? What is the if I wanted to play one?
Okay. What do they get? Here's what they get. Short version. They can alter the flow of PPE. They can put PPE into normal objects to make them seem magical. They can hide PPE in magical objects to make them seem normal.
Would they be a benefit to be in a party with other casters?
Let me think. No.
Oh, okay.
No. They can cast spells, but it costs them a lot more PPE than a normal spellcaster because because the act of changing PPE into a physical form offends them.
Oh. So I thought that maybe they could sit there and be a mana battery for somebody else or something, but yeah.
They can create mana batteries. They don't last for they lose 1d6 PPE per 6 hours. But you can make a rock into a mana battery if you're a Dweomer mage. That's basically their only usefulness. They make batteries. That's it. So super NPC, you're right. Page 69 gives the Bandits of Hollow Hill. This is an adventure source material by none other than Patrick Nowak, author of Coalition Navy and other Rift World, Hollow Hill bandit lair with maps and bandits, monster surprises, adventure ideas. This is 3 to 5 day like session adventure minimum fighting these bandits of Hollow Hill. That's basically it. And since it's an adventure, I don't want to go into it because that would ruin it. It's an adventure. I don't want to ruin it. But this is what I went with the third one. Blood magic. Now, why did I do blood magic? Because in Rifts number 2, I actually spotlighted the Blood Shaman OCC from Wormwood. But it didn't have a lot, or if any, blood magic specific spells yet. And now it does. So I wanted to go over some blood magic specific spells. There were some, but now there's a lot more, and I think they're pretty damn interesting. So go back to Rifter number 2. If you're watching this on video, pause this, go back, do the Rifter number 2, Blood Shaman OCC, and then come back here and you'll be ready to go. Page 84, again, the next 2 are some of the ongoing stories. One Chance in a Million and Hammer of the Forge. Hammer of the Forge, there's been an episode, well, not an episode, but a
chapter.
A chapter. There you go. Thank you. In every Rifter so far.
How is the story overall? Is it good?
I don't read the stories.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no point in me reading it because I'm never going to do one. I'm never going to do it. It doesn't matter. And then, of course, the last is Chaos Earth, but I already did Chaos Earth. This is just before Chaos Earth comes out. These are spoilers and previews and stuff like that. I've already overviewed Chaos Earth. If you look back in the library on this,
many moons ago, but it's there.
It's there, and it hasn't changed.
Mm. So
there you go. And that is it. So we are going to go over in the next 2 videos. We are going to go over the Q&A. A couple of them are I would say vitally important. And then we are going to go over the blood magic from the Blood Shaman OCC from Wormwood.
All right, before we get into super chats and the next in his next video, I want to remind folks that next week on, what is it, the 30th? Yeah, 30th of March, Kevin Sambita. Sean is back from a super secret mission to Antarctica. He was actually mapping out Antarctica for the Rifts Antarctica book. He met some interesting DBs down there, and he's going to tell us all about that, maybe.
Somehow he came back with a Thai woman. I don't know how that happened. It was
Especially since he didn't go to Thailand.
I didn't know they went that far south, but okay.
But yeah, so he'll be back with Kevin next week, and we're going to be talking about Palladium books as a framework. It's a term that I've been using for a long time, but Kevin's kind of latched onto it as well because he thinks it helps explain stuff. But one of the things is when people talk about Palladium sucks, and I always probe, but like, okay, why? It comes down to two things in my experience. A, format and layout. Okay, I get that. Or B, it comes down to they don't understand that you don't have to search. And this is a matter of fact, when he thought in the next episode, we might have a disagreement about one of the rules that's going to be a Q&A on, is that you don't have to have a rule for everything. You just need to have the framework, and then you make a decision. It really irks me when people, and honestly, it's happened on our Discord. Some of the folks who know what's going on next week, I'm like, why do you even care about this? Just, I hate to use the term, but just do it. Use your own imagination. I sometimes think that people are trying too hard to get it right. There's no such thing. Stop it. Even Kevin will tell you that. And, or they're trying to break something. I look at it as a player, not a game master issue, but a player like, ooh, how can I break this? Ooh, I know how. I can do this thing from over here and slide it in over here. Well, maybe that thing doesn't belong. But so that's going to lead into the second thing we're going to talk about, which is going to be on kit bashing or combining genres and games. Like you really want to have your TMNT combined with Rifts? Well, we'll talk about how to do that. You want to bring in some Nightbane and put it into Robotech? I don't know why we need this discussion, but you guys asked for this a lot of times, so we're going to have that next week. Any comments on that real quickly or no?
Well, yeah, there's one.
Well, I meant from you. With Thai.
Hey, in Southeast Asia, that is a legitimate danger.
Yeah, that's fair. Regrin says, used to like the Duelmer Mage, but as player characters, they were not so effective.
Yes, they are not. I mean, yeah, having an NPC make you a couple of mana batteries or figure out if something is really magical or hide the magic in something is useful situationally, but not enough to be in your group. So yeah, I found the OCC very wanting.
And the super chat comes in. Look at the acronym. CPK says, for $10, Shifter Humanoid Independent Terraformers for Heathen Dog.
SHITSHD.
Just no, shits for Heathen Dog.
Shits for Heathen Dog.
Yeah. Shits and grins.
Yeah.
So there we go.
When there's shifters around, there's no grinning.
So you get the shits. All right. Anyway, man, that's like all the legalized cussing I'm allowed to do on a stream all in like 10 seconds. There is great. Thank you very much for the $10. Again, thank you to Poly Robotics. We're definitely over the minimum. There will be no ads on these videos going forward. Find the little thing. Oops. Ah, crap. I gotta get that off the screen. And okay. So, did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, there's that second delay, man.
Yeah, it was taking you a while. I was weird.
All right, please like, subscribe, and share these overviews. The first segment when we do these things, always just a little bit of overview to kind of show you the contents. Maybe this is now a rifter you want to get. Maybe you want that Heroes Unlimited information. Maybe you want to know about, was it Stilt? Was that what it was?
Yeah, Stilt City or Bandits of Hollow Hill. Maybe that sounds like a great adventure. Like, you can place this Hollow Hill bandit camp anywhere in Palladium Fantasy, and you can run 3 to 5 adventures off it. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it's an adventure, and I can't cover it without ruining it. So I'm not going to do it.
Yep, 100% agree. And these overviews are to kind of tease you what's in there. So even if we don't cover it, this could be the rifter for you, and you should probably go out and get it. And by the way, the link will be in the video's description when I do that. So like, subscribe, and share. Look forward to seeing you all in the next video where we talk about the questions and answers.